and welcome to Nothing But the Tea. I'm your host, Cito T, along with my co-hosts, Red Jan and Vinny T. What's up, guys? How you doing?
Very good.
Wow, we haven't been here in a while, no?
It's been a while. It's been a minute.
Right.
It's been a minute.
So how was your weekend? How was your week, actually?
Actually, very good. It was a good weekend and led into a good week. The only thing was the weather change. I got to get used to that. Pin it right to the shirt.
Red's sleeping and I'm outside in the cold.
Don't mind you.
Don't mind us.
I've always been looking to touch him. Hold on. Ready? So we'll go like this, and we'll pin it over here like this.
I'm into that.
Hold on. We'll make it go like this, and you should be good.
Is that good,
better?
guys? So this weekend, right? Friday night, I was at a place called Francesco's. Very nice place.
I was there the week before.
On Sunday, a friend of mine opened up a place in Brooklyn on Avenue U. Remember Ned?
Ned.
Yes. He was a part owner of Z2. So he opened up his own pizzeria. And we had a good time over there. I mean, we had like a little pizza party. And a lot of people showed up. You didn't show up, though.
I couldn't show up. No,
oh, you didn't show up neither?
No,
he lives in Brooklyn.
No, I had the grandchildren.
I had to go see my mother.
I tell you what, we had such a good time.
My 85-year-old mother.
And yesterday was National Pickle Day.
And I'm always in a pickle.
Did you know that?
Well, when we go to...
well, he knows that. He's got a gherkin.
No. When we go to Pittsburgh to DJ, it's National Pickle Week, and they have it's called Picklesburg. They have every pickle on that bridge.
We were there, right?
Oh my God! And I bought a lot of pickles that week. You didn't. You were too busy, DJ. But I was.
Do you still have those
Pittsburgh.
pickles from last year?
No, last time was 2 years ago. Last year I didn't go.
Okay.
Tita went without me last year.
So last night, did you guys celebrate though? National Pickle Day?
I was focusing on a gherkin.
I knew he was going to say something.
But what I do have to say is I have to thank you, because you know what? When we come on this beautiful location in CTV with such a great staff and the people behind it, they work so hard. And it's also nice that the things he's mentioning is that we're always trying to keep things alive in Staten Island and all over the place, Brooklyn, everywhere. And you're always, pushing businesses and things to
I support everybody.
Have events.
Yeah,
and
I support
stuff like
everybody.
That. It's really nice. It's a good thing. It's good to keep things going and keep things alive and moving in the crazy world that we live in right now. It's it's a nice thing. So thank you for that.
I enjoy doing that, and
you also have very good humor.
I do.
You have a great sense of humor, because look who's on the panel tonight.
You. He laughs at everything you say.
I get paid for that. Don't you understand? I get paid for that.
Every joke this guy says, this guy
There's been
laughs.
a scientific study, right, that shows if you stand on one leg. No, this is serious stuff. I swear to God.
For a certain amount of time,
yes, you heard about that, right?
Wait,
they do that on the Howard Stern show.
What?
They did it on the Howard Stern show.
If you stand on your leg, one leg,
okay,
for 15 seconds,
yeah,
you will outlive your peers.
Yes.
What if they stand on their leg for 15 seconds?
This is what I heard. I don't know.
I did it.
And
16 seconds.
All right, so that means you did it. You stood on one leg. You're gonna outlive your peers. So make sure you bring me flowers at my funeral, will you?
Okay.
So we're missing
Benny,
the co-host Benny. Right?
Benny, yes.
Benny had Benny couldn't make it.
So guys, without Benny, we have no authoritative figure
really,
here.
actually,
we have no authoritative figure here.
So I don't want to go and get really into politics, but the elections. I think they're still going. The voting is still going on.
Still happening. Yes, still happening.
Do you remember as a kid when you voted, the next day you actually knew exactly who won?
Well, there's double the amount of people since we've been a kid.
Oh, that's what it is?
Sure.
Okay, so no, I was trying to figure it out.
Yeah, it's double the amount of people.
Thank you for elaborating on that.
And the technology has not gotten better.
Yeah. No, the technology is good, but there's still some states that do it the old-fashioned way.
Anyway, moving right along.
So tonight we have a very special guest. She hails from Gravesend, Brooklyn, right? Brooklyn, New York, and it's a pleasure to have her on. Let's welcome her on to the show. Her name is Francesca Calaveri.
Excellent.
Please put your hands together. Please, come on, guys.
Okay, now I need you to clap your hands. The night we met, I knew I needed you so. And if I had the chance, I'd never let you go. So won't you say you love me? I'll make you so proud of me. We'll make you so much, thank you. Che confusione, sarà perché ti amo, è un'emozione che cresce piano piano, stringimi forte e stammi più vicino, se ci sto bene, sarà perché ti amo, io canto il ritmo, ma dolce tuo destino, è primavera, sarà perché ti amo, cade una stella, ma dimmi dove siamo, che te ne frega, sarà perché ti amo. Se più in alto si va, il mondo è matto perché basta una sola canzone e fa confusione fuori dentro di me. Se più in alto si va, il mondo è matto perché basta una sola canzone e fa confusione fuori dentro di me. Ma dopo tutto, che cosa c'è di strano? È una canzone, sarà perché ti amo. Se cade il mondo, allora ci sposiamo. Se cade il mondo, sarà perché ti amo. Io canto il ritmo, ma dolce tuo destino. È primavera, sarà perché ti amo. Cade una stella, ma dimmi dove siamo. Che te ne frega, sarà perché ti amo. This is from an Italian band called I Ricchi e Poveri. It means rich and poor. Se più in alto si va, il mondo è matto perché basta una sola canzone e fa confusione fuori dentro di me. Sarà perché ti amo e stammi più vicino, ma dimmi dove siamo, che confusione, sarà perché ti amo. Grazie, grazie mille, grazie. Molto gentile, molto gentile. But you guys gotta dance, I'm sorry. You can't sing Last Dance and I'm dancing. How about the camera people? Thank you so much. Last dance, last chance for love. Yes, it's my last dance for romance tonight. I need you by me, beside me, to guide me and to hold me and scold me, 'cause Miss Donna Summer, one of the greatest entertainers, amazing. You can be sure that you're the one for me. Well, 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 all that I ask is that you dance with me, dance with me, dance with me. Oh, now this time is when I usually say, thank you everyone for being there. We're having a great time. Get home safe. Oh, I need you by me, beside me, to guide me and to hold me and scold me. 'Cause when I'm bad, I'm so, so homey. So come on, baby, dance that dance. Come on, baby, dance that dance. Come on, baby, dance that dance. Come on, baby. Come on. Everybody dancing out there. Clap your hands. If you're watching us from home, Facebook or wherever, thank you so much for watching. Last Dance. Never make it your last dance. That's right. Thank you so much, everyone. They're connected. That's why they can't dance. Okay. They're connected. It was very different.
We're going to
Hold on.
connect
You
you
can't
so
come
they
up
can hear
here.
you.
They're trying to rush the.
What a
they're trying to
beautiful
rush the
job. And
stage.
while Tito's getting you connected, I just want to say that we have Kitty Barden has checked in and is watching, saying the great job. We have Chaz
Nice
is here.
Italian song.
Great job. Lynn is on, saying what a great job. Kathy Casal is loving it. They're supporters of ours. Michael Caruso is on watching us, and he's saying great job. Of course, Anthony Abbasier, he is on. Just to name a few, I'm just going to go through a couple of them while we're on here real quick. And Garrett Gross is on here. Everybody's
Garrett Gross, awesome. I mean, the positive reviews we're getting right now is just
it's
unbelievable.
just, I can go on forever. We'll outlive the show if I keep saying how many people are saying what a great job and
Oh,
thanking
thank
So
you.
let's
You guys are
move
too
on.
kind.
Jessica,
Too kind.
thank you so much for coming on the show.
Well, I
Thank you so
truly
much.
appreciate it. Thank you.
And what a talent! What a
Very
talent!
talented.
I could see. I don't know. There was a gentleman we had about a month ago, Biagio.
I know Biagio.
Have you ever done anything with him?
Absolutely.
Because I could see you guys together.
Well, Biagio did the Festival of Song, USA. I'm going to talk about that later. It's
Right.
an international Italian-American festival. It's been going on for many, many years. Here in the States, 28 years. In Italy, 50 years.
Wow.
The winner from Italy usually comes here. It's an international, like, giamellato, we say.
So
in
the winner
Italian.
from here goes over there?
Yes.
Okay.
You win a trip to sing in Sicily, and I won many, many years ago, and Biagio was one of our guest entertainers.
Wow. Isn't that?
What about Angelo Venuto too? You know him very well.
Of course, Angelo, yes, with the MGM also.
Earlier, I had said you're from Gravesend, right? Brooklyn.
Absolutely, the best place
And
to
you
grow
grew,
up.
but were you were born in Italia?
No, it was made in Italy. When I
She was
say it
made
was,
Wait, you were.
She was
okay.
young. That means when she got.
no, my father went to Italy, fell in love with my mom in Sardinia.
Right.
He's Sicilian. My father was the only American-born child of all 7 kids.
Right.
So when he went to Italy, he went for 2 months. And he went scuba diving. He happened to
Sardinia?
meet Sardinia. He happened to meet when my mom was from Sardinia.
It's a beautiful island. Very
It's
expensive,
God's
too.
paradise.
Yes.
Of Italy. So he met my mom, and he called up his mother. He said, "I'm not coming home for a while." He got engaged, and I guess she became pregnant at the wedding after they got married, and she came on the ship. She said she was sick the whole time. She didn't think she was going to make it here.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you were born in Italy, right? But then you moved to Gravesend.
No, I was born here in America.
Okay.
Bay Ridge Hospital.
Oh, okay. Listen.
Wow, Bay Ridge Hospital's not even open.
It doesn't
Not
even
even there
exist
anymore.
anymore.
It's not even there anymore.
Right.
But I was made in Italy because my parents conceived.
Got together.
Yes.
Okay,
Right.
Gotcha.
Yes.
But you're the reason why she was sick on the boat.
Yes, I'm
Yeah,
the reason
okay.
why.
There you go.
She told me that many times.
So here you are in Gravesend. At the age of 4, from
Yeah.
what I understand, right?
Yeah.
That's when you started singing.
Well, my family would watch Lawrence Welk. I know I'm aging myself right now, but Sundays, Lawrence Welk, the family would get together because that was the Italian culture. We would all have dinner with the aunts, the uncles, and Lawrence Welk show, and I was dancing and singing, and my uncle would say, "Ma falla I'm Sicilian, half Sicilian, falla sittare," and my grandmother would say, "No, lasciala stare, she's going to dance." So my family always knew I was going to do something on stage.
Is that
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
But when you realize that, you know what, I want to be a singer? At what age was that?
I never did. I don't still consider myself a singer. I'm blessed. I say thank you, God. Like I said, I really don't. I've worked with some phenomenal, amazing talents, and I used to say years ago, what am I doing here? But you know what? God gave me this blessing, and I keep doing it. So
You sing very well.
I'm okay. I mean, thank you, but at the age of, like you were saying, getting back to it, as a teenager, I was really shy. I went to school before that, 5 years old. I didn't speak English. So I felt like the outcast.
Mm-hmm.
And the teachers would, back then, I have to say, there was music in the schools. And the teacher would always give me a solo part because I was able to keep the key.
The Glee Club?
Exactly. And that's how it started. I started to make friends through music.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then at the age of 14,
Right.
you decided to join a band. Oh, you auditioned for a band.
Yeah, so my friends at the time, my school, I went to school with a bunch of great people, junior high school. And he said, my cousin has a band. You want to audition? I want you to, because at the time we were doing the Grease play in school.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, no. My mother will never make me go in a band with all these boys. But you know what? My father took me because he believed, because he used to love to tape me singing. And I got the part. I sang a song that was on the radio back then, Hot Stuff.
Donna Summer.
That was Donna
So
Summer.
you did like more disco. You didn't do rock and roll. Was it disco?
It was more, no, we were doing weddings, parties,
Oh, weddings,
anniversaries.
weddings.
But
Don't forget, back then there were not that many DJs.
Right, exactly. The band was the main
band
thing.
was the way to go.
All weddings use
But my
bands.
thing is that you said growing up you were very shy, but here you are singing in front of people, and it didn't affect you at all to be
Well,
on
I used to stand like this a lot, and they used to say, come on, you got to move.
Freeze.
Yeah, so throughout the years, I was able to learn how to move a little
So at the
bit.
age of 14, you joined a band, Olympica?
It was called Olympica, yes.
Olympica,
Yeah,
right?
The Sounds of Olympica, yes.
Okay, so here you are. You're doing basically what? Disco,
Wedding.
Donna Summer, stuff like that?
Everything.
Right.
We used to do shows. Oh gosh, can I just think back?
Absolutely, take your time.
I went to, so throughout the years, yes, we started doing a little anniversaries or birthdays, but the band got better and better.
Right.
And can I start to say this? I used to do Bay Ridge nightclubs that you guys all worked at, I'm sure.
No, I was too young.
I was too young.
I'm just kidding.
I remember doing Ernie Barry's,
Yes.
and he told
Ernie
me,
Barry's?
Francesca,
I was too young.
how old are you? He used to make me come from the back door because I wasn't of
Right.
age yet.
That's-
And then one night, the first time he met me, he goes, you got to go call your parents. You can't be here.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how, okay, so to list the clubs, I mean, it's amazing. Bay Ridge was the music capital, I think.
Back then.
It was
Back then, yeah.
amazing.
100%.
100%.
Amazing.
Right.
And we miss that. But I want to commend all of you guys because you're still keeping music alive for people our age.
And so were you.
Absolutely.
When did you start singing Italian songs?
Always.
Always?
I was born singing Italian songs.
Well, no, because I used to DJ in 1980 with Sal Palmieri. He was an
Oh,
Italian.
of course, Sal.
And he
Yes.
was a very good friend of mine, Sal Palmieri. He
Yes.
worked Sunday nights. He would play the Italian music. I would play the disco.
Right.
Then I would push him aside because I would play the Italian disco, mix it in with the. he didn't know how to-
Amazing.
And then you were going to Portuguese.
No, but we had
I wonder if Sal is watching. We should get him to watch.
Well, you know what? That's the wonderful thing.
Middle 80s.
Yeah, but
That's the wonderful
He's in
thing
his
about.
middle 80s,
that's
yeah.
that's the wonderful thing about Facebook, because
Brought us all
too many
together.
people get caught up in the drama of Facebook. We look at it as bringing people together.
Absolutely.
And connections.
And having a good time.
advertising, and have a good time.
Yes.
So between Facebook and the blessings of CTV, I'm sure Sal will see this
Right.
somewhere or other.
Oh, I'm going to let
We'll
him know
reach out
about
to
it.
him,
We're
yeah.
talking
I was
about
very
it.
Yes.
close with him, yeah.
Aw.
And they used to bring the band Orgio Tre. There was a band that did Gloria and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Well, it's crazy.
They made the original Gloria, and then Laura Branigan.
Laura Branigan
Right.
redid it.
But what was crazy, I mean, like, if you think about this, in the clubs, I mean, we you know, it was all DJs. But in the catering halls, weddings and stuff like that, because I remember back in the 70s, it was the Sound of Infinity,
Oh my God.
TR Touch.
That's right.
Right?
Well, can I tell you all these bands?
Absolutely, absolutely. Go ahead.
Sound of Infinity. I grew up across the street on West 10th Street from Robert and Ralphie.
Yeah.
Their mother and my father were the same age, and they grew up together.
Right.
We bought the house. My grandparents bought the house in 1947, and Mimi was there. Their mother even before. So talk about music. I would hear them in the they would practice in their garage. And Vito, who I then later sang with in an Italian-American band, was one of their lead singers. Amazing, amazing. Actually, when I got married, they were my band. But Phase 4 Orchestras I was part of Phase 4.
Right.
And, you know, Bob Foreman said, "Oh, you're not going to get one of my bands?" I says, "Bob, you're invited to the wedding." But that night, everybody played.
Nothing
It was
like Italian music.
Italian-American music. But you know what? I did a lot of Jewish weddings, too.
Oh, yeah?
Or mitzvahs, bat mitzvahs. Yeah.
That was the thing. Back in the day, I mean, that was the biggest thing.
The band. Everybody wanted
you know,
a
just
band.
us.
Oh, my God. Louis, and Joe.
I was
Hey,
in,
Louis,
I
the
sang
brothers,
with
right?
them, too. I
You
sang
used,
with
to have,
them,
you
too.
used to have showcases they did back then where you would go and interview the different bands before you
Right.
got married to hear
I
the
used
bands.
to run that. So I had an office. Again, I was married, my ex-husband, and we had the Hollywood Imperial. We were part of the wedding office center. We used to hold showcases with TR Touch, the main event. Certain DJs, I don't remember their names right now, but we used to do that. And Monday night was I used to cold call the brides, you know, and sometimes you get the hang-ups, you know. It was a lot of work, but it was great. So I have that background. I have both entertainment, but also the back stage. And it was a beautiful experience, I have to say. Beautiful.
The best, right?
Oh, my God.
So there was a guy back in the day, Jasper.
Gasper.
Valenti.
Gasper Valenti, yeah.
Now, Gasper, I mean, from what I read your bio, and you had said that he's the one who created Disco Unlimited.
So Gasper and I grew up. I lived on West 10th. He lived on West 9th. He had a music studio.
Which was on,
West 9th Street.
and what was the main street on?
High Lawn.
There you go.
There you
Okay.
High Lawn.
And he had a lot of top names go there, believe it or
Oh,
not.
absolutely. I remember the studio.
You know him?
Yes, I do.
Okay. I lived on the next block.
Right.
And so he was in the band when I grew up. Growing up, he was really a guitar player, I think. And
Right.
my ex said, okay, we need a bass player. Play the bass. So that's how it all happened. He started playing bass. He also sang with a wonderful entertainer, Annie. Annie was the original singer in that band, Disco Unlimited. But so I'm going to go crazy because there's so many things. We were young. He many years later had this idea. He called me up one day. He goes, you know, Franny, they used to call me Franny. I hated it. Franny, you know, I have this idea. We're gonna show. We're gonna put on the great stage. It's gonna be lighting because they used to do water production. And I said, my God, that's fantastic. I saw his mother at a dinner dance like 2 weeks ago. So I was so happy for him. But now he moved to Florida, I believe. He's not living here. But the band is amazing, and those entertainers also came from another wedding band that was created, and Cameron, Joe.
Which was the band, correct me if I'm wrong, was called Eclipse.
That's it.
That's right.
And
Right?
guess what that started? Right around the studio that I was involved with.
It's
the music
just amazing
studio.
because they created was such they were just at the right place at the right time,
Unbelievable,
you know?
Yeah.
And when they transitioned from Eclipse to Disco Unlimited, was Gasper a part of it, or he already had moved on?
He was, and then I believe he didn't stay long because he was married, had children.
Right.
Moved to Florida. But I have to say, now they have another wonderful singer. She used to sing with Sound of Infinity, Carla.
Yes.
Right.
And Carla was with Infinity. And I remember when Carla got married, I actually was singing into their wedding.
And that's right. And before we came onto the show, we were talking backstage tonight, and John Rayner, who is a dear friend of mine that's
God.
with me on Thursdays. I do the entertainer show, which I
Yeah, he's
got to get you
amazing,
onto. And his son is in Disco Limited, and I had the pleasure and honor of hosting a show recently at St. George Theater with Joe Corsi, and Disco Limited was there. And I got to tell you, I was up there, and the lights, it's hot, and you got to do the best you can. And this group of people come out, the outfits they wear, I don't care if it's 30 degrees outside, the outfits they wear, you're going to sweat like you
They
can't
really
believe.
put on a great show.
And they
They
put
do.
the outfits
They do.
on,
They're
and they put
amazing.
an unbelievable show on,
They're
such as you
amazing.
do also.
Talk about great show. I mean, I've seen your show, and you know, not only the singing, but you do the which is crazy is because towards the end of the '80s, I think going into the '90s, the bands just when it came to weddings and stuff, they just started disappearing. And the DJs like these guys,
I never did.
Well, I think, you know what I think it
they
was?
started taking over.
You know why I think it was?
Well,
And
now they get
correct
big
me if I'm
bucks.
wrong. I think the reason why was financial. I think that people started saying, you know what, I can get the same music that the bands are covering.
I
for
gotta
one
disagree
person.
with that.
I'm gonna
No, the
disagree.
I'm gonna
DJs
disagree
are
with that
expensive
also.
these days.
But
They're
not as
expensive.
the band.
I think it's the TVs, the lights, everything, all the stuff that comes with
we
it.
used to do the TVs, the lights, and everything.
Right,
We used to
that's
get
right.
to the weddings 5-6 hours before.
Yes.
But if they would let you in, like Russo sometimes just gave you like not even up those stairs.
Yeah.
But
Frank Russo.
Frank Russo.
What do you think
Russo
they
on
want the
Bay.
original music?
Yes.
But can I say something?
Sure.
Unfortunately, what happened in our life was that live entertainment, live music, these kids did not grow up with it.
Right.
See, when I was growing up,
That's all
I
we
used to
knew.
go see live entertainment.
Right.
And then the DJ would go on. No,
Right.
no,
You're right,
You know,
you're right.
No disrespect.
No,
Love the DJ.
which is it's true.
But love the live music.
We always
These
say that.
kids don't know that.
You can't miss what you never had.
They don't know it. So what happens is they want to hear what the record
Right.
sounds like. So guess what? All us bands, I shouldn't be saying this because a lot of them would get mad at me, used to sequence. They used to sequence the dance music. I sang, that's how I learned how to sing with tracks, believe it or not. And
To get the natural sound?
yes. And
But
we would play over it. The
Right,
musicians
you would sing over it, yeah, right.
You actually reinvented yourself
Yes.
because you came out and started singing with a DJ.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's
About
something
25,
that's-
30 years ago, doing weddings. Live percussion,
Right.
live sax, 2 singers, sometimes 3, DJ. And we would do, and people thought
And
they
it
were
worked.
booking a band.
Right.
Right.
It did work. It's amazing. And they were expensive, you're right.
There's a lot of competition, it's expensive. You go, forget it, with the prices you get for bands these days and for DJs at a wedding, it's crazy.
So tell us about there was a woman by the name of Alba Mazza.
Oh, yeah, she was special.
Tell us about her.
She passed the night that she was going to be the judge at the festival, the Italian festival. She was a judge. She was a music teacher. She was a mentor to many, but she was also a mentor to someone that you all know very dearly, Mr. Joe Corsi.
Right.
So Joe, she passed suddenly. Her car actually, it was terrible. It was in the news. Her car ran her over, but she died with her music, I have to say. She was amazing. She was at 87 years old. She was still playing the piano, still entertaining, and a lot of singers used to go with her, including this one of our friends that we know dearly. But anyway, long story short, Alba, she became our mother. She became everyone's mother, like my friend Antonio. Antonio Guarna is an Italian Neapolitan singer. She knew how to get people together and keep them together
Right.
through music, through the love of music, and food. She loved food. So what's better than Italian, Italy, and food? Music and food. So when she passed, I believe I contacted Joe and I said, again, this show is with Silvana Romania. She was the Italian radio, ICN radio. She also was with Sal Palmieri for a while.
Okay.
Silvana created the show. It was her show. And what happened was we kept it on because Silvana passed, her daughter, and we have a committee of wonderful people, part of this show. We asked Joe, would you please say a few words about Alba? Because Alba had told me about, oh yeah, Joe was my student. He was really a shy little kid. And you know, we loved him. I loved him so much that he couldn't get a job here in New York. So I forget what radio station she called. I have to be
I
honest.
think he went out west or something.
Yes,
Right.
it was. She got him his first interview
And he said it at the show. He made a beautiful speech. And if he's watching, we love him because he said, if it wasn't for Alba, I wouldn't be where I am.
That's something.
Amazing.
That's great.
Amazing.
Great story.
Yeah.
So let's switch gears now. The band Pegasus, when did they come into? Were you a part of that band?
That was my band.
That was your band.
Well, was my band, not just my band. It was Peter. We had many different musicians. We had a sax player in Pegasus that was the music teacher in Bayonne. He ran the Bayonne High School, but he also went on to be Alicia Keys' sax player. He went around the world with her. He was fantastic. Dave Watson, his name was. And that was a band that we did a lot of beautiful events. I mean, incredible events. And, music, again, is a blessing. If you're able to do what you love and say you're still doing it, I mean, I still get excited when I go and sing. I do. I don't like.
And it shows too.
I don't like the part that I have to set up and do the sound check and do the music and do this.
None of us like that.
No, the breakdown's just as bad.
The breakdown is horrible.
I did a party at the Venetian.
At 4 in the morning.
Up to 4 in the morning. The Venetian recently, and it was like 300 people, and I was supposed to do it with a DJ. No, the Venetian here in New Jersey. So, and you know what? A DJ. I was supposed to do it with a DJ. They couldn't make it. So what happened was, I did it myself, and the maitre d's going, "You gonna do this yourself? How you gonna do it yourself?" You know what? I know the music. I guess I'm doing it so long. I know the music they want to hear, and just kept them dancing.
Yeah.
And I was like, so.
It's a gift. It's a
Yeah.
gift that you have.
Yeah, it's a blessing.
And it's the love of what you do. You love what you do, and that's so important.
do.
In any field, in any aspect of you, whatever job you do in life, you're always best at what you do that you love. And it
So
shows.
true.
And earlier you had mentioned the Festival of Songs USA. So elaborate on that.
Okay, so Maria Romania, Lynn, is Silvana Romania's daughter. I met Silvana. Silvana was always around. She always the Cotillion Terrace. She used to bring all the Italian singers.
Okay.
Wow.
She used to bring like Gigi D'Alessio. She brought Gigi the first show he did. I don't know if guys know who he is in Neapolitan,
yes.
but she was incredible. A strong woman, had to work with a lot of men. It wasn't easy. She was a tough cookie, but she said to me, I know you. I know you don't remember me, but I know you. I used to watch you doing the 18th Avenue Feast as a young girl, and I want you to sing in my show. And I said to her, no, I don't do competitions. I don't. I work with Ragazzi del Golfo. I went to Sicily. I sang beautiful experiences. I said, I don't do it. Then I was singing with a band called Armonia from Queens. And Filippo, we did our last show, Villa Barone, New Year's Eve. They said, we're going to break up the band. I said, what? I was like mortified. I said, no way. So that January was her show. She always did it the last Sunday of January. She said, Francesca, if you ever want to do it, I called her up. I said, guess what? I need to do your show because I need something to look forward to. I needed something of music, and it opened up a new world.
You won?
I didn't win the first time. I didn't win the second time. I won the third time. I won the trip to sing in Sicily. I went to Sicily. I sang there, and then I sang in different towns in Sicily. I met different people. But
That's great.
what I do now is I always look for talent. So if I hear a singer, would you like to be in the show? Would you like an opportunity to sing? And believe it or not, a lot of local singers have won and gone to Italy.
That's great.
nice.
Yeah. So we're excited. It's January 29th. It's going to be held at
Let me write that
Leonard's
down.
of Great Neck.
Leonard's of Great Neck,
Well, it's a big enough place and a big stage.
It's a beautiful place.
Yeah, it's been around
They
forever.
call it Il Palazzo now.
In Palazzo.
The Palazzo,
Yeah.
There's one thing I
Which
want
is next to the Venetian in Vegas.
Tell us about the Neil Diamond experience. What's that?
Oh my God, I almost forgot about that.
Yeah.
Okay. My mom she fell, she hit her head. She was sick for like 3 years in and out of hospitals in a semi-coma.
Sorry.
So she had passed, and I told my friend Julie, who used to do the entertainment, run the entertainment for the restaurant in Williamsburg, I said, I don't think I want to come to work today, Julie. I'm not in the mood. I really, she goes, you have to come. People are waiting for you. Okay. I hardly did my hair. You know when you just don't do your
You're not
makeup.
feeling right, yeah.
You know, you're not yourself.
You know how that feeling.
So I get there. She goes, you got there an hour earlier, and maybe an hour and a half. You set up, and we were amazed because usually, like, I'm always running, and like I'm rushing to get in. She goes, and I started singing before I was supposed to sing at 7 o'clock.
Right.
There were 2 tables in the restaurant, Williamsburg. It's called Da Francesco. And I said to myself, I'm just going to do all my Streisand, because that's. Oh, I forgot to say that. One of the reasons why I sing, because I always wanted to sing like Barbra Streisand. My music teacher, then I took some vocal lessons. She goes, stop singing like Streisand. You have to be Francesca.
Right.
But I guess there's something inside me when I do those songs. The restaurant starts filling up, so they get up and they're walking out, and I'm still in my. I don't pay attention to it out there. I'm got to do my music. This lady, beautiful lady, comes up to me. She goes, my husband would like to sing a song with you, and he's Neil Diamond.
Jeez.
I said, what? So she goes, he's at the bar. I turned around like this. Okay. So I went into mode. I didn't panic. What does he want to sing? You Don't Bring Me Flowers. Okay. I don't have the song. I sang the song maybe 20 years ago. I look in the karaoke. I go into the tracks. I had internet. Thank God I had internet that I didn't have to go to the bar. What's the internet?
Right.
Got the song. Okay, we sang it. He was so amazing. He knew I was a little nervous, so he took my hand, and the video, of course, is posted a million. She posted, actually his wife posted it. She did it on Twitter and all that, and she sent it to me.
Wow.
An email the
That's
next
a great-
day and
that
thanked
is
me.
awesome.
Oh,
and
yeah.
thanked me for singing. They had a wonderful time. I was like, you're thanking me? Are you kidding me?
Right.
But it didn't hit me until the day after. All my musician friends said to me, you sang with a legend? Are
Right.
you kidding me? Again,
Wow.
that's
Well,
that's
That is
God
an
love.
experience.
Yes, it is.
Yes,
But
it
that
is.
was a miracle because you know what? I was so down. And I said, you know what? This is God wanting to give me a second chance to keep going because there's always tomorrow.
Wow.
That's right.
There's
That
always
happened with Tito the first time he DJed with me.
Absolutely.
That was all, no, but that was all downhill from there.
Yeah.
But anyhow.
Francesca, where can the viewers find you on Facebook, social media?
I'm terrible. I don't even have a website.
Wait,
Oh, boy.
seriously?
I don't have any of that stuff. I do.
No
I-
Francesca.com, no nothing.
No, and I don't even have a CD. Do you know how many people say, we want to buy your CD? I don't. And Alba always said to me, Francesca, do a CD, and I'm going to.
This is something seriously, I'll put
Well,
the whole thing
nobody has
together. As a matter
CDs
of fact-
anymore,
as a matter
just to let
of
you know.
Well, you know what I mean.
You have to make a USB now.
Vinny will invest in anything, so we'll invest in you. We'll get a CD together and we'll put it out
A
there.
USB,
and
not
not
a
just
CD.
that-
Nobody has it. The cars today don't even come with CDs.
And not just
Can you
that, but
imagine?
you do have a business card which you had given me.
I do.
Because I requested it. And it does say on the back of that card, and I'll let you
can't
read it.
you can't
that
mention the
is your-
.com, no.
You can't
Right.
mention the .com.
So, but the thing is,
But you
they
can mention
go
the
find you
YouTube.
on Facebook, right?
Facebook as
Facebook.
Francesca Cavalieri,
And also on Instagram, right?
Instagram, of course.
And
I have
also
all that.
YouTube, I believe.
Oh yeah, so you're on YouTube
I have
also.
a YouTube channel.
Yes.
You can see the Neil Diamond on
The
YouTube.
Neil Diamond.
And hopefully, I'm trying to convince
I'm
her,
gonna
for
check
all of you
that
out
out.
there watching, I do a show called The Entertainers every Thursday evening, and I'm trying to get this young lady to come join me.
Aw, thank you so
Hopefully
much.
Thursday night, and get a little sample, a little more of what you've seen this evening, because she's a wonderful entertainer, and more than that, she's a wonderful soul in person. And it's an honor to
thank
know you, and thank you so much.
And so
you
are
so
all
much.
of you. And once again, we all thank you. And my girlfriend said to me tonight, because she's from the Bronx, she said, when are they going to come out there? Because we have no place to go. We need music out there.
Security we need first.
Oh, it's not that bad.
No,
it's just,
stop.
Drugs that good.
There's,
Well, but believe me.
there's actually a place on Arthur Avenue.
No, Arthur Avenue, Arthur on in
Rigoletto, I sing at Rigoletto once in a while. My friends sing there.
which place on Arthur Avenue?
No, but I'm talking about nightclubs, like what you
Oh,
guys do.
listen,
There are
nightclubs.
Italian restaurants all on Arthur Avenue, which is changing too.
Right.
Drugs Neck is
Fran-
probably,
so-
which is changing also. Drugs.
Well, Westchester County also. I remember we used to do Holiday Inn out there. They used to
Right.
do DJs, but they don't do like what you guys do. So
Right.
you guys really do a
it would
great
be a
job.
special event.
We
You
should,
do a
we
great
should.
job.
Thank
So
you.
you got a bunch of pictures. What we're going to do is we're going to download these pictures.
Not all of them.
And then when we go on
When it
CTV,
goes live on CTV,
right,
yes.
we'll actually put them
Upload
up.
them.
We'll
All
upload
the
them.
bands, I also sang with Vincent Paul. I have to say, Vincent Paul Orchestra, they were amazing. So many different bands. But again, music is a blessing.
Yes.
Let's just keep living because
Yes.
life is short. And anybody who listens to music, you know, God loves music. If you notice
Yes.
everything with God, angels, it's always a harp.
You know why? Because music brings everybody together.
Together.
It brings everybody
International
together. Absolutely.
language, yeah.
Absolutely. I want to thank you so much for
Thank
coming on the
you.
show.
Thank you. Aw, thank you so much.
Unfortunately, we ran
What
out
a
of time.
pleasure. What a pleasure.
Thank you.
So you can hang out. You don't have to leave. We're gonna direct our attention over to Vinny, who's got something that's coming up.
Well, I'm going to bring Joey out.
Well, just
Well, you can
wanna
talk a few
explain it?
moments
We,
first.
me and Joey, well, Joey's a director, actor, and he asked me,
Now, when you say Joey, does he have a last
Mangano.
name? Oh, that's very good.
he asked me to get involved with him in a movie. And I said, absolutely, and we filmed it, and we went on locations, different places, and filmed it, and we had a great time, and now the movie's together, and it's out, and he can come and explain to you more. It's called Winds of Silence. We're advertising it all over, and Joe, come on out.
So we're gonna have to.
Joey, yeah, we're going to switch with you.
Congratulations.
No, you can stay.
can
You can
stay.
stick around.
right here. I'm gonna have Joey
Matter of fact, we're going to try to get you in the next movie.
We're gonna
Yes.
get you in the
Because not only you sing and dance, you probably
Put
can
your
act,
shirt.
right?
My music teacher sent me for acting lessons.
Guys, Joey Mangano, thank you for coming on the show.
Now again, it was for those of you watching. It was a quick thing. We wanted to give Joey the time that he deserves. Vinny was nice enough to reach out to him. We didn't want to take any time away from you because we could talk to you and listen to you for hours.
Oh,
This
so
show would go on. So, and the same thing with Joey. Joey is a very interesting individual. We've interviewed him before, but as Tito said, we're going to take a few moments that we have left and give you the floor.
Sure. So we put out a American neo-noir mystery drama called Winds of Silence. I am actor, director, writer, producer of this project. Vinny had worked with me on another project, Charlie's Movie, which I had distribution internationally, domestic and foreign, and he was in it. I had him do a scene as a DJ, so we're very proud of this. Each rental for this particular project goes to Toys for Tots, so it's a nice
Very nice.
attribute that we
Give
have.
back.
Yeah. And we're excited about it, too. I get the word out with billboards running all over Staten Island and different cities right now. They'll be starting, so we're really pushing the distribution for this, which could be seen. You can go to Joey Mangano on Facebook. Vincent, I don't know how to say his last name or spell it.
He doesn't know how to say his last name, but we'll
Tatonico.
Tatonico. It gets spelled out. I'd have a hard time spelling Mark
It's like a Portuguese-Italian mixture, so that's why you...
Yeah.
Steve Stanulis, yes.
And we're also ourselves, Tito and myself, on our Facebook pages. We've been sharing it and pushing it
Yeah,
also.
right.
So if you guys want to check it out, please check out one of our pages. I'm sure you guys are following us.
One of the nice things about it is it's, I wrote it in a way where it's very hard for you to decide who the killer is, and most likely you'll get it wrong. I'll bet a lot of bank on that.
So it's a
For sure.
murder mystery. It's not a gangster movie. 'cause-
No, it's not. It's a mystery drama. It's more of a crime
keep
drama.
it thinking movie.
Like if I had to relate it to a movie that you would be familiar with, I would say Mystic River.
Okay.
If you remember that type of movie structure where the audience was held hanging on till the near end before they would even have a whisper of who the killer was. And that's the way I wanted to write this particular movie, to keep the interest of the audience.
It was great. I never realized it was the butler. Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
You know what's crazy? Joey, I watched the trailer. Let me tell you something.
Just kidding, guys.
The acting in the movie, forget anybody else. You.
Thank you.
I'll tell you, but it was parts where you were like angry. There was parts I seen where you was hysterical. I mean, you're a great actor.
Oh, thank you.
You're a great actor.
I mean, it's challenging and rewarding to tap into emotional intelligence in that particular role that I had to play. Not only being
Right.
director, writer, I had to wear a lot of different hats. So I had to make sure, hopefully, in the time frame when it was my ability to perform in that manner, that I could rise to give the performance in an authentic, realistic way and touch people the way I wanted to. That was my main objective. So I guess wearing all the hats made me say, you know, do it and get through it. Because there's a lot of things I've heard about actors that they almost fell apart. Even Dustin Hoffman in one of the scenes with Tom Cruise when he was in the bathroom, he wasn't able to, didn't feel he could perform that scene, and it worked out well.
Right.
But you know, I had my techniques of how I would reach to do that. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Did you choose not to put Vinny into this movie because you wanted to be a success? No, Vinny's a great guy.
I think our next project I'm writing it's a vigilante, gigolo, con artist, where we'll have scenes with Vinny in it to have him showcase in the next project.
Joey, thank you so much for coming on the show.
That's my pleasure.
Nothing but the best.
And absolutely, we wish you all the best. Francesca, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
For coming on the show. And don't forget, guys, next Tuesday night, we have funny man Rafael G on the show. Good night, everyone. And again, do we have 3 minutes to go? I can't see. Oh, we do have 3 minutes.
Oh, there it is. It's clicking down.
We do have 3 minutes.
So, Joey, you know what? Before we go, Joey, I wanted to ask you.
Yes.
I mean, it's so hard to act in a movie. I mean, I know it comes probably naturally to you, and you say, well, many hats, but directing, producing, and all that. I mean, how hard can that? I mean, I know.
Writing the script.
And you actually wrote the script.
Well,
also.
Winds of Silence was a different. It took me 9 months to write this.
Right.
Probably, I think I posted it years ago, 900 hours. I was committed to writing in the morning time, and it took a lot of time away from me, even if I'm talking to my wife and I'm lost because I'm thinking of what that actor would think or what he would say. So it does suck a lot of time and energy out of you. But I wore a lot of hats. There was more hats. I got the locations. I guess the point is, if you're driven, all of that stuff, you just get psyched and you push away. Yeah, it's annoying because the mental focus, the time you have to put in, there's no time for any other stuff to interfere in your life. Right. If you're thinking of things that can disturb you, there's no time for that. It's just get to the point and focus. So you only have a certain amount of hours to do this in a day. So I would get up early and I would write the schedule. I remember writing the schedule for wardrobe and continuity. It's brain work. You have to be so. I think I messed up maybe once or twice, but I was angry for that. You want the right continuity. I shut out a sequence sometimes.
Right.
Robert De Niro never did that in his movie Bronx Tale. He shot scene for scene, shut down, and followed the script. I would shoot 78, go back to 15, 60, just the way we did it.
Yeah.
But it was a lot of.
That's a lot like Quentin Tarantino used to film at the end of the movie first, and then go back to the beginning and so forth.
It was a lot of focus.
And we were younger.
Sure.
That's a long time ago. Yeah. We loved movies. We loved music and movies, and we dabbled in it. We made a few films ourselves. Nothing that ever went anywhere, other than in our basements. But one of the things I always found, no matter what you have in your head and you put down to do, the mistakes and the time it takes. We used to say, okay, we got this one scene. Sometimes it would take all day just to get through that one scene. Yeah, so it's very time consuming also.
We shot in a very efficient manner. And I wanted to also say, I had 5 distribution deals from Hollywood. I rejected every one of them for lack of transparency.
Wow.
So when you go and you could see how to rent this, I created a different way of renting this for full transparency. Okay. Even for independent producers and distributors that acquired talent to come to this distribution method for more transparent, highest payout than any platform.
Well, with your new transparency, with your new method that you're doing, what you're doing is, from what I understand, and correct me if I'm wrong, the streaming service you're doing is not the ethical way that people go. You're trying to get people that don't have the opportunities or the channels to get to be able to join your streaming service, that the big companies say, no.
We're running out of time. We're running out of time. Again, Joey Magano, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Francesca.
Excellent.
Galerieri, thank you so much for coming on our show. Guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Again, next Tuesday night, funny man Rafael G will be on our show. Good night, buddy. Love you.
Thank you so much.
Love. Thank you so much. Thank you.
He is touching base on everything tonight. We got the freestyles going on now. And there's Glenn Chichiri trying to be discovered.
Baby girl, it was ready to start. Girl, I knew that you and me were meant to be in this world full of love. You were me for me. Oh, fantasy girl, you're my fantasy girl. I need you tonight.
Oh my God. Tag and share. Let me see those hearts. Tito T. He is on fire. Oh yeah. God. Just when you thought it was safe to turn off your music, Tito T hits you with another one. Coming up next,
sweetheart, I can't stop thinking about you.
the Riverboat.
You'll always be in my dreams. You'll always be in my dreams. You'll always be in my dreams.
It's not over. Not even close.